I was posed a great question yesterday. Someone said, I have a friend. They have everything. They're highly successful, and yet they battle suicidal thoughts every day. What do you say to that person? I've sat across from men who are suicidal. I've sat across from men who are highly depressed and men who are highly addicted to substance because of the struggles of their life. Here's what I know. People get to dark places before they do dark things. People get to dark places before they have dark thoughts. But our culture is not good at recognizing dark places, but we always recognize dark things. When people misbehave and addiction happens, anger happens, when depression shows up, suicidal thoughts, all these dark things, there's these alarms that go off and let us all be alerted. Hey, there's a person here who's got a big problem. And we focus on the dark things, but we don't know what to do, nor do we even think about the dark place that led to the dark things. When I talk to men who are in deep struggle, what I often find is they'll say, I don't know how I got here. And you know what is oftentimes the case? The man is malnourished, but he doesn't understand it. If you came across someone in a wilderness and they were just leaning up against a tree and they looked half dead, they were chapped and you could tell they were dry from not having water and they hadn't had food and they got bit by a snake, and you would see that this person has had some bad things happen and you would understand that they're malnourished. Yet at the same time, that man laying against the tree could be a great man. This is oftentimes where the man is who is suicidal and depressed. Usually it's a great man, but he's malnourished. And that malnourishment has taken him to a dark place. I think one of the greatest pains of all, maybe the greatest pain of all, is when a human being is unable to embody with their life what their heart wants to experience. You see, the greatest things in life are things like fulfillment, joy, purpose, and love. A person who lives a life where they're able to succeed at all the outward things. Maybe they have an amazing job. Maybe they have the perfect house, perfect car, and all the trappings of life. That person can battle with a major lack of unfulfillment because all those things can't fulfill the heart. Yet when someone looks at that highly successful person, everyone thinks, oh, he's got everything. Look at that house, look at that car, look at that job. He's got it all. And that person becomes trapped in their own existence. And look around and everyone looks at them like they have the perfect life. And it becomes very difficult for them to say, I don't feel like this is anything special. It's hard to communicate to people the emptiness you feel when outwardly you have nothing but the fullness of life. And so the person can be trapped in success and unable to communicate it and talk about it. The reality is, while a person can be highly successful for 25 years, the whole time they can be depleted. And at some point, they're depleted to the point of massive malnutrition of what life was really meant to be. And then they begin to do these dark things and have these dark thoughts, but they never recognize the dark place they were in for a long time. The greatest pain of all is the absence of what life was meant to be. The greatest pain of all is when the heart beats for something, but it's unable to embody it or experience it in our real life. The good news is, when a person recognizes the dark place, although the problem, like suicidal thoughts, feels like this massive mountain right in front of us and it's going to crush us. When a person realizes the dark place, that massive mountain it might be but a shadow. And with a light of perspective being changed, it can be that quickly that a person has the revelation of, oh, the guy leaning against the tree in the wilderness, he can realize, wait a second, of course I feel like this. I've had no food and no water. Someone help me with this snake bite. I've got a life to live. So for the man that's depressed and suicidal, I say to you, you may not know how you got to the place that you are, but your problem that is right in front of you looming, it's but a shadow. It's casting a big shadow, and it feels so dark, but there is so much hope, and it's so much closer than you think. Because chances are, when I come across a man who's struggling with the dark things of addiction, depression, suicidal thoughts, what I know is that it's very likely that that man wanted to live a big life and make a big difference. And the reason he's in so much pain is he feels like his life is not able to embody that. I want to say to that man that it's not too late. Your goal is not to wake up tomorrow and not commit suicide. Your goal is to wake up tomorrow and go live out your purpose. And if you don't know what your purpose is, focus on that. Focus on your purpose and go pursue it every day. The world needs you desperately. In this problem that you're facing, as you face it boldly, you're going to come out with a gift for people. This problem that you face is going to become probably the greatest gift of your life. And it's going to hone something in you that you will help many people overcome the dark place of their life. Because for most people, the problem is not the dark behaviors. It's not the dark thoughts. The problem is they're living in a dark place. And the person that learns to overcome their dark place can help other people leave the dark place of their life.